Hey guys! Welcome back to another episode of
Wine and better and better and gooder
Gooder and gooder.
every time.
I love that for us.
Thank you. Nikita,
Bernice.
do you know that this time last year marks what for us? 1 year since we started this
Has
podcast.
it really been a year?
Almost. Damn
No, it
near.
hasn't.
Yes, because it was the girls just started school. I was talking about them transitioning into their beds and over the summer I was able to sprawl out. Like I remember all that. Spread eagle. It literally was around the same time.
Yo, that's wild. So
Or give her
a week or two.
right.
So this time last year is when I texted you randomly in the middle of the night.
Literally.
Do you want to start a podcast?
Literally. And I had no clue what direction this was gonna go. I was just like, hey, it's something to do, and yeah.
So
Here we are.
so that means you've been holding on to this nugget all day, haven't you?
I have.
You're disrespectful.
I love that.
I want you to know I've been with this chick since the crack of dawn, and she only now mentioning this shit to me. All right. You disrespectful.
Love you.
Love you too.
But
we did something else beautiful today too. Okay.
it's the perfect segue into our conversation because this time last year we were fresh.
My nose is itchy.
And when I say fresh, like it was like open snap, like a Snapple bottle,
What are you talking? Fresh for what?
fresh out of corporate America.
We were. It wasn't.
See the segue there?
I
You see my
was.
segue there?
I do see your segue. You've been marinating this segue since this morning. The disrespect. The fact that she had it, though, I'm not mad. That's a good segue, ma'am.
So today we're talking.
Black in corporate America.
Let's uncork.
And unwind. Ain't shit change. Go ahead.
That wasn't my segue.
I'm just saying, ain't shit changed from a year ago to now. Go ahead. My bad.
So we have since left corporate America,
I'm so excited for us.
but the bitter taste of corporate America still sits in our tongue because we see close friends, colleagues, family members that are still
Struggling.
living the day to day of being Black in corporate America.
Absolutely.
And I came across, it's funny, there was a study done, and I came across this Instagram, not an episode,
Real.
reel. Thank you.
Teaser.
And there was some statistics drawn from Black women and their experience being being in corporate America and the impact it has on them. So I'm gonna play it. You know, we're gonna play it right here so y'all can hear nice and clear. But I'm gonna replay it again. Is my volume up? Oh, turn it all the way up. All right. All right.
Somebody please explain to me why we are not talking about this Harvard study? This is a study of the effect of white coworkers on Black women's careers. These researchers did not come to play, y'all. They studied over 9,000 inexperienced new hires, and they didn't just study them once. They tracked them for 6 years, over 2014 to 2020. Black women who were initially assigned to whiter teams reported fewer billable hours and more training hours. They were also more likely to be labeled as low performers. They found a 14 percentage point increase in the share of white coworkers was directly associated with a 10.6% increase in turnover for Black women. This is my favorite part though. Turnover rates for Black women decreased when we worked in groups with more Black colleagues. We really got Black women. We protect us. We protect us. This quote from lead researcher Elizabeth Linos really says it. Retaining Black employees in elite jobs is as important as recruiting them. Retaining. No one considers retention rates when they hire us. They want us, but they don't know how to keep us. This study shows you how. Hire more of us.
I'll let that sink in for a second. The value that we bring to the table is not just DEI.
No, we're smart individuals. Didn't you? I feel like one episode we talked about The fact that Black women, or it could just be women in general, I can't remember specifically.
Black women.
It was Black
Yep,
women?
that was that season 1, our most watched episode.
Didn't you say that
Don't ask me. I
was rent free in her head? Didn't you say that Black women
are the most educated in America.
Yes.
We're the most undervalued.
So talking about undervalued, I do have a stat, okay?
Okay.
Based on 2025. This is specifically about Black women, which is very upsetting, again, that I'm reading this stat. So among Fortune 500 companies, which there's a whole shit ton of them,
Of course.
women
Of color.
women in general
Okay.
lead 11% as CEOs. So that's 55 women in 2025. Wait,
And I can guarantee. Go ahead.
2 of them are Black. So
Out of all?
out of the 55 women, so 11%. So 11% are women who own a Fortune 500 company. Okay? Out of those 11%, that's 55 women in 2025. Out of those 55 women, 2 are Black. 2. But we're the most educated.
Yeah, they're I'm going to say it as frank as possible. They're afraid of us.
They are.
They're afraid of the potential of what we can become because they don't like. Perfect example, and I don't want to say it in a sense where I'm like putting her up in a shrine. Okay, Kamala Harris. Now, if she's everyone's cup of tea, no. But if you had to choose who was more qualified,
I know who I would choose.
professionally, education wise, decorum, class,
Meanwhile, he's suing.
tact. I'm just saying. That's the if there's any example to give, that is the best example to give.
In this current day and age?
Yes.
Or Michelle.
Michelle too, she's more than qualified.
Either one of those, I would take.
And to be very honest, as much as we love Obama, she was way more qualified than Obama too.
But she did what she needed to do in the
she
moment.
Knew, she knew what role she wanted to play.
Correct. She knew her lane.
Right.
Not that I agree with the lane, but she knew her lane.
So, what does that say for those who are sitting there, not in the C-suites,
There's
but
so many
having
of
the
us.
C-suite
mentality,
professionalism, education, and you're seeing these people that are overlooking you, devaluing you, wringing you dry so that they can make themselves look like they have. What the let me backtrack.
Yes, I feel like you said a lot and I need you to break it down for me.
So I'm gonna go off my personal experience. And I think now I'm okay because we had that episode when we talked about transitioning from corporate America into entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
We did a very, and I say this very heavy. We did a very heavy edit on that one.
It was heavy.
We were trying not to get sued.
It was heavy-ish.
We were trying not to get sued. But now I think I'm at the point I don't give a damn.
Okay, I'm ready. Tell me. Because I don't remember. So tell me.
I'm going to correlate this to my person.
I'm ready.
I had the opportunity to advance. I had been there, and it's one of those things where every position I had, it had not existed before. I was placed in the position. I created the position. And I'm not saying it in a sense to be pretentious or to say that I'm the best or whatever. But
you was that bitch.
Facts were facts. No, facts were facts. Right? I got hired for a position. It was the first time they ever had it. They didn't necessarily have a description of what was expected. I literally did what I needed to do, created it along the way. And then I had to now create a guidebook for the person who came as my successor. Right? So I had to train my successor based off of whatever I knew and had her write it as we were going along.
Okay.
Same thing. Went into the next position. The rules were written as to what it was done before, but however, somehow it melded into something else where I ended up taking on more and creating it to be something else. Always happens. When you do good, they give you more.
Annoying.
Right.
Mhm.
So then, right at the peak of the pandemic, they were doing a complete shift of how they were doing the whole entire the hierarchy of the business, of the organization rather.
Okay.
And now I'm placed into a position of leadership and, and managing a team for an
Okay.
area that has never existed before. And being told you are like one of those people who can fly the plane when only the engine is there and the rest of the body's not
That's a
there.
load of bullshit. I mean,
That
yes.
was the example that was given to me.
Wait. Someone verbatim
Yes.
basically said that?
Yes.
So pay me for it. If I can land the plane safely with
Of
one
course.
engine, pay
More
me for
more
it.
with less compensation, right? So that happened there.
Okay.
And then the person who was supervising me came in
Bullshit.
months later and I had to train them. But they were on a fast track plan to retirement. This person has since retired. And when this person retired, the idea was I would become their successor. So I was being groomed to take on.
Wait.
I was being groomed to take on this person's position.
The person that you fucking trained?
Yes. Right? I was being groomed to
Okay.
take on this person's position. I then had to physically apply an interview
So listen.
for this
So wait.
as a formality.
Yes. Thank you.
And being told in all 3 interviews, I did not expect you to be so knowledgeable. You come off a little bit cocky though. Why? Because I know what I'm saying
'Cause you're
and
black.
I stand firm in what I'm saying.
It was a white man.
It was a black man telling me this.
That makes this worse.
Then have the audacity to tell me we're going to give you the job, but we're going to give you the job with a mentor because you still need to have some level of mentorship. And we're going to put you at a senior manager position. Then if you still want to keep the job, we would reevaluate it to see if you could even get the associate director position. Why? When I applied for the associate director position, and if you take someone off the street, you would not have given them senior, then consider evaluation to associate director position. So guess what? I said no. And that pissed them off. Because guess what? They were trying to make me do that person's work, and no one wanted to take the job because they had 3 other hiring opportunities. And each client, or I'm sorry, each other person that came thereafter was ineligible or not ready enough to take the position. Who was? No. So that is my experience of being black and a female, educated, working on her doctorate degree in America. In a 95% DEI ran organization. That made it even worse.
That's a load of bullshit.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. That's when I did my plan and exits.
Because you had to.
I had to. I had to.
The
Because
disrespect.
how dare you slap me in my face? I've been doing the work and then tell me I have not been doing the work.
It's the
And
fact,
sitting in meetings I have no business sitting in. Go ahead.
It's the fact for me that you trained the person. So if I'm eligible to train the person
Who was supervising me?
who is supervising me, and then I was supposed to take that seat, and then you come back and say, well, here are some stipulations that we need to put in place for you because you're not qualified. Bitch, if I'm not qualified, then I shouldn't have fucking trained the person who took the seat from jump.
Now, I will say this. I will give credit where credit is due. The person who was my supervisor and I trained knew this and was intentionally setting me up to be able to have a smooth transition and was highly upset when they tried to play my face.
Was this person a female?
Female, but not black.
Okay, I was just curious. So
Okay?
she was
I will go as far as to say she was an ally.
She sounds like an ally.
She is an ally because she was highly pissed and had and then did reach out and say, "Hey, what is going on here?"
Because she doesn't understand.
Right? Why y'all playing in her face? She knows the stuff better. Anytime I had a question, that's who I went to. But that's okay, because I'm exactly where I need to be right now. And
It is
today
okay. And today?
was a great day.
Today was a great day. I'm so excited.
More to come. I'm not gonna tell y'all.
I'll be quiet. So right, it all happens for a reason, right?
Right.
Of course it does. But it's the idea that they made you sound dumb when you're not dumb.
Absolutely.
They make you seem like you're uneducated when you're not uneducated.
It was so, and I don't know if you've ever, coming from an HR background, please let me know if this is even something that can happen.
Okay, I'm ready.
Can a director sit on all 3 level of the interviews?
Yes. Do they typically? The answer is no, because they have more important things to do. But yes, they technically can.
So this person would be an adjacent, would have been an adjacent level colleague.
Technically they can, because they want to make sure it's a good cultural fit and all that good things. Again, typically they will only have one person sit in one interview, not all 3.
Well, this person sat in all 3, and each time I was left with a backhanded comment.
Was he white?
No. Well,
This is the black one?
he's half black, half white.
He was raised right.
He was raised by a white woman.
He was
Yes, raised by a white woman.
okay. So I will say that's odd. For sure, the fact that this someone who is same level as you would be was sitting in all 3.
Correct.
That is odd. That would have been a red flag for me.
Yeah, it was a red flag for me. Like typically you would have a meeting with the highest level by yourself one-on-one.
Absolutely.
They made it a point to be present in all 3. And at the end of all 3, when I was supposed to sit back and have the feedback, I'm getting the feedback, and it's like, oh, I'm surprised so many people are in your corner and are favoring that you become the top chosen one.
I'm curious to know what HR professional allowed him to be in all 3.
I don't think they knew.
Well, that's a problem.
I don't think they knew.
That's a problem. All right.
Because typically the way it's structured and what we have done, even when I was doing the interview process, right? It would be peer level, supervisory level, executive level.
That's
if needed.
If needed, right? You don't always need the executive. You don't need C-suite sometimes.
Right. This person made it a point to be at peer level.
Which makes sense.
No.
He's your
Because
peer.
they were not my peer. This was so let's say, okay, people that would be the subordinate. So it was subordinate level, peer level, executive level. Okay.
Whatever the fact is, he didn't need to be in all 3.
Right.
Ultimately, he didn't need to be in all 3. So that's just a red flag for me right there. And then the fact that he felt the need to give feedback in every fucking meeting is also a red flag for me.
Right. And it wasn't like, oh my God, you did so well. It was almost like a, oh my God,
condescending.
I'm surprised you did so well.
Placating. Like, why? Because I'm educated and I know what I'm talking about?
Right. And the negative feedback.
Because I sound educated?
And the negative feedback was, I come off a little cocky.
We can show you what cocky is. We don't, but we can.
Right.
Let me show you what that really looks like. What? You're better than me, because I would have been like, my response would have been outside of the meeting, and I would have asked point blank, why are you in all my interviews? For what reason do you need to be there? Professionally. Why? And then when he then said that comment to me, I would have been like, do you mind giving me an example of what you mean of how I sound cocky? Because last I checked, I was sending you facts about how that would sound. And on top of that, would you have said that to someone else, a male counterpart?
Well, my response to the cocky was, if you're saying cocky, are you trying to say that I sound confident?
Correct.
And the question lingered there for a bit.
Because he can't respond.
Exactly.
Because he's pigeonholing you, making a woman be cocky. But if a man had said it, it would have been, oh, he knows his shit. Let me mind my business. He's a great fucking fit.
Now, this is the same person.
Stand people.
Now, this is the same person the first year that I was there. No, it wasn't the first year that I was there. There was a year where they were created a program for staff to be able to take advantage of an opportunity to go and get their master's degree in counseling.
I love this.
Right?
Oh, that's how you did it. I love
Right?
this. Yes.
So when asked why I'm not participating in the program,
Mm-hmm.
I said, I already have my master's in counseling. The response was, oh, you actually have the credentials for the job that you're doing. You were hired with the credentials to do your job. Yes, I am. I do not need to take another master's in counseling. I'm good, thanks. Yeah. So this person I know for years already had an issue with me. So I knew that this was some sort of like blockade to not almost like you know how some people want to go through like a hazing process with people. I think he was trying to do that, and I just was not cut out for playing those type of bureaucratic games. I'm sorry,
That's not bureaucratic games. That's him?
being an asshole,
Yes.
being black in corporate America, guys.
Look, I'm struggling to find words here.
I can see it all in your face
I'm
because the HR in you is coming out. I know. HR asked for my reason why I left corporate America. I gave them my reason as to like
the business.
I didn't leave the job because I didn't enjoy my job. I left the job because the powers that be are facetious.
Was this in person or an email?
An email,
I would have gone in person.
a survey.
They sent you an exit interview.
Yeah.
I would have gone in person.
Nah, I didn't care to go back. So much so that they mailed home my stuff. Mind you, I already cleaned my desk, but they mailed home anything that was left over on my desk, and I mailed them back their phone. I did not want to go there.
I just have so many words, and the HR in my brain is like a buzzing right now because of who this man is and the audacity of the things that he's saying, and the fact that he really just came out of pocket and is saying these things to you, not realizing how condescending this shit is.
Yeah.
Condescending in the sense that we're supposed to big each other up. When you go to corporate America, listen, it's so true in the sense that we may not be looking for another black person there, but when we see another black person, I'm like, oh, there is more.
Right.
And you get so happy that there's another one there.
I think
He should have been like that, bigging you up, excited that you would be on the same level or whatever, colleagues working on the same. Because we already know he was going to get paid more than you because he's a man.
Absolutely.
So he should just be excited that he's going to be sharing this workload with somebody who can possibly understand and be on the same level as him in that capacity.
Listen, I can never know what's truly going on in people's minds, but I think there was a level of jealousy.
Yes.
Of how I was well supported to come into this position.
Correct.
And he mentioned it on multiple occasions. I've been here for 30 years and I've never gotten this much support. You've been here for 30 years and people can't stand you. The only reason why you're still here is because you've been here this long. And don't you think it's a little sad you've been here for 30 years and you're only at the associate director level?
Absolutely.
So,
is he still there?
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Yeah. But yeah, that has been my experience. Other than that, my experience in corporate America has not been detrimental in that capacity until it was that last year for me. That's when I knew it was time to go.
That's a blessing.
Right. The trigger was when the director passed.
Right.
And then since there, it was a ripple effect, and this was part of the ripple effect.
So I will say that my experience wasn't as smooth as your experience.
Okay.
I've definitely been called. I've been told that I was very direct and abrasive. I've been told that I needed to be quiet and not be so loud. Yep. I have been. Yeah, I was loud. Which I am. Don't get me wrong. I am a loud individual.
I don't think so, but okay.
But the way that they were saying that I was being loud and disruptive.
Because you were like, no, this is not right. Loud like that.
No, when I was talking.
Okay.
I was loud. I have experienced the fact of not being promoted or not being advanced because there was someone better than me I mean, but there wasn't. Um, like I left my previous job where I was a regular recruiter. They hired a senior recruiter. They should have promoted me to senior recruiter. They had the opportunity to do it. My manager, or my director, who was a female, was not a fan of promoting females and thought that we all should have been thrown away. Basically, wanting to chop us from scratch.
Crab in the barrel mentality.
Exactly.
Literally, because how are you female? You got your promotion, but no one else can get a promotion.
Mm-hmm. And she hired a white male to replace me. And when I had asked for,
I wonder what he got to get the job.
Nothing, because I've heard rumors about how he is.
He sucked the teeth. That's what you said. That's why I meant. I wonder how you got there.
I know. It's just annoying. So those are my experiences, right? I've had great experience in the sense that I've had a manager who was a white male who was ready to promote me throughout my ranks, right?
Mm-hmm.
I started off smaller and he was like, oh, well, you're ready for this. Oh, you're ready for this. Here, take this. Oh, I have a job for you. Go here. Like he was ready to groom me for something.
Okay.
I don't want it. But he was
No, I know that. I know. I wasn't thinking that.
But he was ready to groom me. Like he was if I had stayed, I probably could have been where he was or past him at this point.
Okay.
So I've had great experiences.
Different organization.
Okay. But definitely have had those experiences. I've had friends who've had those experiences where they were passed over because they were Black in corporate America. They were told they didn't have enough education to be continued to move forward. Mind you, they're highly educated. And so like all of those things, I've seen it.
I just want to pedal back real quick. I just want that to be said one more time.
Okay.
It's not DEI. Okay? It's not. Formally educated, formally skilled, formally trained, formally prepared. It is not DEI. DEI is putting someone there just because they're Black. And they don't have to have the credentials or anything like that. DEI is putting someone there just because they're white, female, not because of their education. DEI is putting someone there just because they're from another ethnicity, not because of their education. I need to make it very clear, and I know that majority of the people who are watching this know that and understand that, but I just want to make sure that we're making it very clear that DEI doesn't mean put them there just to put them there. DEI means you have someone who is more than capable to do the job, so give them the opportunity to do the job.
Correct.
I'm off my soapbox.
It's a good soapbox because people really do think that DEI means you're Black, we're hiring you. Yeah. And that's all the criteria is. Or you're a person of color. Let me rephrase that.
Right. Or a white woman. Because that's what DEI was originally created for. It
wasn't for us.
No. We just got the coattail of it.
It's a load of bullshit. How are we getting the coattail of it, but then we get blamed for all of it? Does that make sense?
Because they need someone to be the scapegoat.
I don't want to be.
I hear you.
It's interesting to think about when you're being Black in corporate America that when you talk about it with someone who's your counterpart, they typically will have a story of some sense.
Yeah,
right?
which is sad.
They'll have a story. They'll have the beginning of a new story that's happening, a past story, something. They'll have something where they can connect with you on that level.
In a moment of I was about to lose my shit.
Oh, there's a lot of them.
There's always a moment I was about to lose my shit. But I digress.
But then, if you're to talk to someone who's not your counterpart, I've never experienced that. What are you talking about? That can't happen in my job. That can't happen at your job.
What's the word? Not nose blind. Environmentally blind? Is that the word? Is that the phrase? There's a phrase. Oblivious. Is it oblivious? I don't know. But you know what I'm trying to say. Some people. Is it rose colored glasses?
Yes.
Here we go. I knew it was something.
She said, "Come on, guys.
Roll with me. Roll with me." That's someone who comes in with the glasses and they're rose colored and they don't want to see it. They don't want to believe it. They want to stay in this little happy bubble to think that no, everyone is treated equally. Meanwhile,
But we're
they're
not.
probably someone who's really pissed off that they're getting 75 cents to the dollar to the person who's not doing anything
It's
next to them.
67 cents. I looked at the statistics.
Okay. Women are 67 cents to the dollar?
67.
It doesn't sound like anything, but it's a whole lot.
So I experienced it. I've experienced it. So I was working at this job, and I've always been in HR, right? So while we're not supposed to, we definitely do look at other people's pay,
Right.
right?
Of course.
Just because we're curious.
Right.
So the company that I was working for, I was able to look at not only my company, but there were like sister companies I can see. So I can see all my counterparts.
Mm-hmm.
I was a black counterpart and a black female. And I was decided to go look at a male counterpart who we started around the same time. It could have been like a couple of months off difference. He was making a whole $1.50 more than me for doing the same shit. Well, let's
Well, he
rephrase.
wasn't doing it at all.
Right, I say rephrase. He had the same title as me.
But he wasn't doing the work. Isn't that crazy?
I reached out because I had to get confirmation.
So did they question how you found that out?
No.
Oh.
I reached out and asked a question about something that I was doing, which I know not all of my position was doing.
Okay.
Because my boss had given this to me to groom me.
Fair enough.
So I reached out and I
Mhm.
asked if he was doing this. And he said no. I said, oh, okay, no problem. I'll find someone else to talk to about it. I reached out maybe a month later to ask about something that I know that he should be doing. Should. And he said that his manager was managing that aspect. And I know that he should be doing it because it was in my job title for me to do. So then I literally sat down and I looked at my desk and I said, fuck this. I don't deserve to be treated this way. I deserve to be paid more. So what I did was, my manager laughs at me to this day. My manager had an office and the assistant manager had an office, and I was out in the main lobby. But I was doing HR things, payroll, exit interviews, hiring. I was doing all that, ER issues.
Mhm.
It needed some privacy. So I took the assistant manager's office and I said he had to share with me. Honest. He wasn't supposed to be in the office anyway. He was supposed to be on the floor managing the people. So when I did that and I moved my shit in,
Not you moved your shit in.
I did. I moved my shit in and I said, well, you wasn't in here and I needed to do some conversations with people and take care of this.
Right.
My manager looked at me and said, all right. Okay. He looked at my assistant manager and said, she's right. You shouldn't be here. You shouldn't be in here anyway. And she handles all this. You should be on the floor.
You are what, staff facing? Meaning him.
He is staff facing.
He's staff facing. You need to be amongst the people.
I
Help and support.
I cackled. I like they left the office and I cackled for a good 5 minutes straight, right? My manager comes back later, sits down in my office now.
Oh, now they want to cut up. Go ahead.
And he looks at me, he was like, you know no one else does this in any other place, right? I said, yes, I'm aware. But you've given me responsibilities and tasks that require some privacy. He said I did because I don't want to do it. And I said, I'm really okay with that. You don't have to do it. I'm happy to do it. He was just like, did you give him any warning?
Nope.
I said, I told him I was moving in. He didn't believe me. He said, okay. Did you give me warning?
Nope.
Oh, I said, no, I didn't tell you anything. I was just going to do it. And then you was going to walk in and see it.
And so said so done.
Mind you, when I did do this, I had to ask a colleague.
Sangria gets me every time.
It does. I had to ask a colleague to help me move my desk in the office because they had a little small desk and I had an L-shaped desk and I needed the space. I was doing paperwork.
I need to lay my paperwork out, hun.
So I had my colleague and one of his
Don't they have
subordinates-
maintenance people? Isn't that against union?
So I had my colleague move my desk in, and I said, yeah, move it in there. I have a whole video of it. I took a whole video. I gotta go find it of them struggling to move my desk in.
I'm just gonna put that right here.
If
I'm just gonna put
no,
that right
I may
here.
not find it. So if I find it, I'll share it. It's a whole video, and I'm cackling in the video. I had no shame because I found out that you was getting paid a whole $1.50 to me.
Disrespectful sangria. It's the sangria, guys. So note to self: we're not drinking sangria on camera anymore.
Okay, I'll drink it for us.
I'll finish it though, but it makes me yawn.
It does. So a whole $1.50 more than me. I wasn't beat. You can get that $1.50. I'ma be in the office.
Right.
When the district manager came,
Oh God. What did they say?
he was like, "Wait a minute,
She's supposed to.
what's she doing in there?" My manager was
Mind your business.
My manager was like, "Oh, she's taking care of some of the HR things for me and managing them. She has a great, capable head. I think she's going very far." Like he advocated for me.
He was like, "Come test me if you want to." I said what I said. She
Yes.
could stay in there.
Absolutely. So then he came and he sat down. The district manager sat down in the office now.
Oh gosh.
I'll never forget. I think his name was George. He sat down and was like, "Nikita, George, pleasure. How are you
George?
today? You're doing pretty well here, huh?" I said, I am. Do you have any questions? Do you need me to pull any reports for you? I'm happy to get all that information. You'll have it before you leave. You're leaving in 2 hours, correct? He said, I am. Like, what do you need? I'm happy to pull it and make sure that you have it in your email prior to you leaving the space. He just looked at me and said, I understand.
He realized
In that moment,
she ain't a force to be reckoned with, okay?
in that moment,
she is not a force to be reckoned with.
I understand. I'm going to get back to you before I leave. I said, of course. Not a problem, George. Have a great day. So again, great moments, but you have to have the right leadership to support you in those moments.
Yeah. Especially when it's moments of feeling undervalued or excluded. And you know that you are worth it.
Absolutely.
You should be valued more. You're what you bring to the table. And when I say bring to the table, I'm talking about like your perspective, your opinions, your knowledge, your experience. That all should be valued when you're working in these settings. And if you have that environment that leans into that, honey, that's a blessing in disguise.
Absolutely.
Because there's not that many places that are going to do that and cherish it. I think I was watching something, but did I pass it? Did I send it to us?
I don't know. Don't ask
We
me.
send a lot to each other, guys.
Beautiful
and it
thing.
was like a woman, all woman.
Ooh, that was loud.
Yeah, it was an all woman.
Black lady courtroom. Black lady
No.
courtroom. No. Okay.
Black lady courtroom.
You've never seen Black Lady Courtroom?
No. Oop, laughter. Ooh, laughing so hard. Story ideas. Here we go. It was an all woman's business and what she does differently. I sent it to somebody. Okay. I don't know. We send so much. If I find it, I will definitely post it here. But it literally was talking about what she does differently as an all woman business and how she offers unlimited PTO
As you should.
separate from a week that she gives them every quarter.
As you should.
That they're baby friendly in a sense where if you have
to bring your child.
if you need to bring your child can be part of the meeting. They get it, and then they don't care where all the work is remote. They don't care where you take your meeting, even if you are in the carpool lane.
Just do it.
Excuse me. So it was yeah. It's and it was and it's an all woman ran organization.
But women get it.
Ooh, we all get the little tingles up our spine. Come on.
But women get it.
We do.
So let's think about you for a hot second. You're a woman. You're a mom. I hope you're a woman.
I had 2 kids.
Last time I checked.
All right. I don't.
And you get it. We were literally just talking about how when you have your own space and you've achieved this dream of yours, that you get that you're going to have moms who can't always disassociate the fact that they're a mom and come to the salon solo.
Correct. It happens.
It happens, right? It sometimes it's just life, and
Even me. I had a
even
I had a
you.
moment where there was no childcare for me, and what I ended up having to do is I had to bring the girls with me to the salon until
Yeah.
I was able to have someone to come pick them up.
But women get it. Like, that's the thing. Women get other women going through this where
Nah, I wouldn't say
s
women.
people, moms,
Moms
you
who
stopped me
understand
hard,
it get it.
understand.
Because you could be a woman and still feel like, why is the kid here? So I want to say moms
Okay,
who get it,
get it.
get it.
That's fair. That is fair. Because sometimes I don't get it. That's a lie. I do get it.
You're one of the few.
Yeah, because I'm just
Yeah.
I'm around kids so much that I get it at this point.
Right.
That it's not always possible. But it's those people that are in corporate America that also need to understand that.
I gotta leave early because my kid needs to be, picked up from school. Or I have to leave early because it's, back to school night or parent
Mhm.
teacher conference night, and they're looking at you like, "Well, you're gonna make up the hours somehow." And
No.
this is the ball and chain, metaphorically, that they're referencing, that you're an indentured servant and or slash slave to the job.
Yeah. And it shouldn't be that way. And at the end of the day, it also should be that if you leave early because of your children, a doctor's appointment,
Right.
whatever it is, the question should be no, there shouldn't be a question. It should just be that as long as you're getting your work done, who gives two flying fucks?
Right.
And you're not going to question if a father leaves to go for an emergency. You're going to be, oh no, go handle it. Or you're asking, well, where's the mother?
Right.
That would piss me the fuck off.
They do.
Well,
They
why
do.
can't the mother go get them?
And that's the dilemma that Dre feels sometimes. I feel like sometimes, at least when he was in another position there, it was almost like I had to be the one to be able to run and do everything. Was he able to do it every now and then? Yes, but more often than not, it was me who had to take the sick day with the kids. It was me who had to take the kids to the doctor. It was me who had to do the early pickup if they needed to be picked up, or he picked them up early, but I still had to come because someone has to stay with the kid. So it was not as flexible in that capacity. But then I'm the one that's still taking a hit where it's like, okay, I felt guilty for leaving work early and saying, okay, well, I'll make up for it then, or I'll still work while I'm at home.
You know, I'm seeing a trend in conversations that we've had, past, current, present, future, all of them. The women just wear a lot of hats.
We do.
And
It's an invisible load.
it is. And no matter which way we cut this cookie, whether it's personal, work, professional, yourself, we're always doing something that someone else can fucking do.
Mm-hmm.
But we just choose to do it our fucking selves because one, we find that it's going to be easier.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we do it ourselves or we do find that it's going to be easier, we're getting penalized for it.
Absolutely.
That's a lot of bullshit. Like, and the fact that that just hit me, and I feel like maybe I always knew this and I just didn't want to admit it to myself, but the fact that it's really just hitting my brain right now as we're talking about all of this makes me mad. Why am I getting penalized in a professional setting for doing the same shit that this motherfucker doing in this side, and I'm getting penalized because I have to leave to get my child, and I'm getting paid less?
Right.
But if you ask me to do a job or you ask me to do an extra project, I'm probably going to say, sure. Because we're afraid to lose our fucking job. Whereas my white counterpart or my male counterpart or my non-me
I'm not
counterpart,
available to do that right now. Well, they'll complain about it the whole time. I had one person I was supervising. Um, everyone's load was full. She somehow miraculously could never handle more one project at a time. Now, mind you, you could essentially you can consider me a project manager, right? And so there was different projects with different stakeholders, and we all had our fair share. Even me, I took on projects that I should not have. I should have been delegating, but because this one person all the time, I have anxiety, I have this, I have that, I can't do it, I don't know what I'm doing. And then when she was tasked to do it, would question me all day long, am I doing it right? How do I do it? Like I was gonna give the answer. I don't care how you manage it. Just make sure that the end result is what we need for our stakeholders.
right, I don't care. Get to B. I don't care how you get to B. You can go A and a half, A and 3/4, B. I don't care. You can go A and straight to B. Just get to B.
I had to create a fake training on how to do project management or case management, and everyone else in the meeting knew what they were doing except this particular individual, but I had to create it so that this way it looked generalized.
That's bullshit.
It's full bullshit. And they knew it. And my team obliged because they did get some
Not
nuggets out of it.
obliged.
Right. They got some nuggets out of it, but they all knew, and then they all provided their input to be able to tell this person, you could do it this way, you could do it that way.
So, while I haven't had that situation in the sense that I had someone report into me and they needed help all the time because they workload couldn't manage it, whatever the fact may be, I have had the experience of having a coworker. We're on the same level, and people are coming to me to handle something. They can as sure as fuck go to my white counterpart and have him handle it.
But no. Why would they do that?
And the excuse was always, he has a lot on his plate. Or if it wasn't that,
The fuck?
right. Or if it wasn't that, the excuse was always, well, you seem to always just handle things better. So if I'm able to handle things better, pay me for it. Pay me for it.
Yeah. The compensation is not there.
Or if I'm able to handle things better, promote me. Or if I'm able to handle things better, my review should reflect that, and my compensation that I get for my review should be more than him, not less,
Right.
which it was.
How did you handle that, though?
Handle what?
How did you handle the differential? Salary differential.
So when I first got the job, I had to fight to even get equal with him.
What do you mean?
Yeah. So he was in the job before me and I got promoted to be his match.
Okay.
So when I got promoted to be his match, let's say he was making $90K. They wanted to give me $85K.
The fuck? Why? If we have, you know what?
No, and we don't. So I declined the offer and I said, no, thank you. I'll happily stay where I am, because for someone who has, I think at that time, let's say I had 8 years of experience in HR, he had 8 months.
And he was getting paid $90K.
Let's just say, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember what the
Okay.
numbers were.
Ooh.
But he was getting paid $90K and they wanted to give me 85, the bottom of the band. I said, no, thank you. I'll decline this offer. I'll happily stay where I am.
They hate to see us say no because they think we're just supposed to eat their crumbs.
Correct.
They hate to see us say no.
So when I declined it, my manager came to me and asked me why I declined it. And I was very frank. You're giving me the bottom of the band when I have 8 years of experience in HR doing all HR related matters, including recruiting, where my counterpart has 8 months because he just came from a non-HR related department. And you want to give me the bottom of the band. No, thank you. I will pass. And I will look for a new job.
Right.
Bluntly what I said. At the time,
They did not like that answer.
they didn't. So then they came back and they countered and they gave me a matching salary. I said, okay, fine. I'll take a matching salary.
Because what you're going to do is you're going to put a little respect on my name.
Correct. I'll take a matching salary. So I took a matching salary. Okay. So now we get reviews. And I'm not saying that it's a lot. Let's say I got a 50-cent raise. He got a 75-cent raise. And
because that's how they were able to fix it in the end. In the back end.
And they came to say to me that it was based on years of tenure within the company. So his years of tenure with the company were 20, and my years of tenure with the company was 2. So because his years were 20, he was compensated more for being there longer with the company. So then I went above my manager at this point. And I went to the director and I went to the exec of the company. And I printed my review out printed my statistics of what I've done for the company for the past year, printed his statistics out. No offense, I love him dearly, but printed his statistics out. And he also wrote me a recommendation about why I should be better and why I either should be matching or be above him. Because he comes to me with his questions. When I presented it to the HR and the exec,
Fell on deaf ears.
sure did. I left within a year.
Again, back to what she says, it's the retention of Black women in corporate America. Like, you need us. You hire us, but you don't hire us with the goal in mind of keeping us.
You hired us because you wanted to fill
Quota.
your quota of having DEI. And then when we now leave, you said, well, they left because of this, X, Y, and Z. It has nothing to do with us.
Right. Meanwhile, it's everything to do with them.
And on top of all of that HR office now has 0 people of color. And the leadership team
is trash.
It's definitely trash. Has 0 people of color. And I think they have, let's say it's 10 people on the leadership team. It's not, it's more. But if it's 10 people on the leadership team, 3 or 4 of them are women, but they're all white.
Which is, I mean, it's DEI, but it's not the DEI that puts the respect on the value that women of color can bring.
Right.
And I want to say this right now, and I know that some people will come for me, whatever, I don't give a damn. In the context of this conversation, when I say Black women, yes, I'm referring to Black women, but I'm also including my other women of color, Latina, Asian, Native American. I'm blanketing it that we are not white Caucasian.
Correct.
White Caucasian, there's a different hierarchy, right? There is white male in America, Black male America, white women America, and then others. I'm categorizing Black women and all the other women of color as others.
People of color, women of color.
Right. Because even I think white women, their ratio of the dollar to a Black male is still less than 2.
I don't think it's a Black male.
It's just a male thing.
I think it's just a male thing.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. The hierarchy is white male, Black male, white women, others.
Yes. We are still falling below all of it.
Right. Either that or I'm hot. I am hot.
You're warm.
No, like I'm hot. Like I want to just
take it off. Show off. Show them off. Show them off.
The ladies are out. The ladies are out.
Show them ladies off.
Oh. Hi. Perry. Use a mean motherfucker. We should have someone come and talk to Perry.
No. And I say that so strongly just because I'm afraid of it. So no. No.
I think we should have someone come here and talk. Because, we have a good variation of range of people who
agree.
Who watch, who are part of the community. And I just want to say, don't be watching and not hitting the like and follow.
Ooh.
Do not. Because I see how many views we get. And if you're enjoying us, it don't take nothing for you to say like and follow and hit the little bell. That's all I'm saying. You enjoy our reels. You enjoy our shenanigans. Yes, I'm going off the tangent. I don't give a damn. If you're enjoying it and you're part of the conversation and the conversation resonates with you, come on. Just join the shenanigans. Like, follow, bell. It takes less than 2 seconds. Okay, I'm off my soapbox. But yes, if we can get somebody here who wants to talk Perry with us, by all means, we don't got a budget. But if you are very passionate about it and you want to talk about it and reach the masses.
Did you say we don't got a budget?
Wait, why did that take me so long to pick up what you said? But we are more than open to having this conversation. Come on.
I was listening and I was nodding.
She was nodding her head, but then it clicked late.
It did. And I was just like, wait a minute. I mean, we don't, but like, damn.
Yeah.
It's all right.
You're too far from the mic. We've learned this. Although we love our new mics,
Do we?
we've come to realize, and we've looked and we've studied other episodes. This is completely a side note. Again, part of the shenanigans. You're here for the ride. Just enjoy it and roll with it.
Squirrel.
We've watched other podcasts and realized that people talk really close. They don't move too far away from the
But
mics.
we move.
But we move. So as much as I love these mics, I can't stand the fact that if I go right here, it's hard to pick up what I'm saying. If I go right here, I may not sound as loud. I might have to project my voice for you to be able to hear me properly, because right now I'm using my diaphragm to be able to get the words out of my mouth. Can you hear the words that are coming out of my mouth?
I feel like if I sit back the way that I sit right now, this mic should pick me up. And I know that it does sometimes because I am speaking louder. But I should be able to talk like this with no problem.
I should not be Jill Scotting this mic. Pause. Play. And welcome back to Being Black in Corporate America.
I don't even know how we got here. I just want everyone to know I don't know how we got here. Do you have a Black in Corporate America story? Do you know somebody who had a Black in Corporate America story?
How are you navigating being Black in America? Corporate.
You know what I want to know right now?
Tell me.
We escaped
We did.
before the craziness of what 2025 is.
You know, I was thinking about that when I was reflecting at the fact that we made the transition. I was like, damn, gotta adjust at the peak time. But I don't think I would have felt it the same way, because of the organization that I was in was predominantly ran by people of color and women. So I don't think I would have felt it in the
I
same
would've.
capacity. Yeah.
So I know that I would have felt it because of where my company was currently located. It was located in North Jersey. North Jersey, heavy in a red county. Heavy red
Wow.
county.
Okay.
So I think that I would have felt it because I think that people would have been more okay with showing their true colors. So I think that I would have experienced something interesting if I had stayed, especially because I was a person of color and a woman in that setting, and I was the only one in the HR office.
Well, the organization I work for had a heavy hand in politics. So much so that they have helped change, have helped, has helped and had a hand in changing policies and laws, um, in regards to minority, and all of their political backings have always been for minority seats. So I would not have experienced it in that capacity. Would I still have felt some of the microaggressions that I was experiencing?
Absolutely.
And that's more on a micro level, between people's personalities, opinions, and male and female.
No.
But in terms of the politics of the state of the climate and the state of this country, I would not have felt it in that same capacity.
So get this. This was before 2025 and everything that was happening, right? So my company did a big LGBTQ thing. And I know it's not Black in Corporate America, but we did a big LGBTQ thing. We had a parade, we had a pride parade, all those good things. We lost funding from a sponsor because we had advertised that we're doing a pride parade and LGBTQ and all those
And this
good
is
things.
prior to what happened.
Prior. So we lost funding, one.
Okay.
Two, we used to partner with schools in the district because it was a great program. We helped kids get their first jobs, and then when they
Okay.
graduated, they were able to get
Oh, I remember you talking about this. Okay.
they would get scholarships to go to schools and all that good stuff.
Because they would work as a para, right?
Right.
Paraprofessional.
Correct.
Mhm.
Well, no, they were kind of, sort of, but not really. But yes. So part of that is that we would go pick up kids from their schools, whatever the fact may be. We had a school reach out to us and say because we were participating in LGBTQ and in Pride, they could no longer recommend their students to come and participate in our program.
Only school I could think of that could do that is a Catholic school.
It is. It was a Christian school. Ain't that crazy? So
meanwhile, you have kids that are probably suffering there in silence where they don't feel accepted.
correct. So then
Way to go for creating a safe space.
So then it becomes interesting now in the sense that this was before everything now happens. So now that everything has happened and it's official, I wonder what kind of repercussions they're currently having in that same capacity. It's very interesting. And I'm very glad I got out because my mouth would not have been silent.
Yeah, no.
My face definitely would have been silent.
No.
Someone already told them my face don't say hold nothing. My face just speaks the honest.
Just so you know, this is the third time we've mentioned your facial expressions.
Today?
In an episode.
In this episode?
No, not this episode. In a episode.
Why are we talking about my facial expressions?
Because we talk about it all the time. And yes, it holds true. And this is probably why, we would have gotten in trouble if we were sitting in a corporate meeting.
That's why I'm loud. My face is loud.
Oh, my face. I roll my eyes in meetings. Like, what am I sitting here for?
I was told in meetings that I had to fix my face.
Yeah. I'd have other people look at me and they'd smile, and it would be the smile like, fix your face.
My friend would text me, face. And I'd be like, oh, shit. I'm here. Because she's saying some nonsense and I don't agree with it.
We're gonna end on this note.
Okay, I'm ready.
The young little me.
2 years ago.
In my second professional position.
Okay, so 3 years ago.
So, backstory. My job right out of college, right? This is prior to my master's, so just my bachelor's level, entry level position.
Okay.
I worked as a hall director, and I worked at one location for a year, left, and went to another location where part of the compensation was I get my master's done.
Okay.
My master's in counseling. Remember that? Bring it back to the top.
I do.
And so with that, you have your typical yearly check-in where kids come back, whatever level you are, they come back, they're moving in. There's a lot going on, right? But I am responsible of this huge building and all the kids in it with the staff to help me manage it.
That's stressful.
And so as someone who was doing it for the first time at the school campus, we always had a meeting afterwards to discuss what went well, what didn't go well, what are some things that we can do to improve and fix what we need to do.
Okay.
So, me being the young sapling that I was, provided my feedback. But as you can see how I'm talking now, I'm upset.
You're calm.
I'm calm, but I'm talking passionately because obviously what it is matters to me.
Absolutely.
So, in providing my feedback and being a little animated because I don't know a black woman that isn't, facts. I was asked to come a day later to sit with my director and ask if everything's okay because I came off now, and this
came off strong.
No. But here's the thing. So when I got hired, one of the things we had to set goals with the director, right? And one of the goals is I'm passionate about, and back they used it against me. I'm passionate about what I do. So when I speak passionately, it's not aggression, and I don't want to come off as the angry man.
You put that down?
She put that down. That's what I said. Thinking because they made me feel like I was in a safe space, I can say that. So when we fast forward back to the meeting where she's asking me if I'm okay, she's like, I don't know. You came off really aggressive, And I just wanted to make sure your words, not mine, came off a little bit like an angry man. I stopped. I looked at her. I said, "Don't worry. You don't have to worry about me." Thereafter, for the remaining 4 years that I was there, you didn't hear a peep out of my mouth as to what needs to be improved, worked on, what went well, what didn't go well, because you didn't get my opinion. Don't play my
That's a load of bullshit. The fact that she came and used your own words against you,
being black in corporate America.
it ain't for the weak.
So, stand on your morals. Know when they're disrespecting you and call them out. The young sapling in me, if I was the same person that was sitting in front of her today, I would have cussed her ass. But because I was young and I was new to the position,
You didn't
I
know.
was afraid. So I didn't advocate for myself the right way. But if there's some people who right off the gate they're born like my daughter, I already know my daughter's gonna advocate for herself. She's not gonna be me. I already know. Okay? And I love that for her. I just need to teach her when and where to use it. She's laughing, guys, because she knows. She knows. By all means, advocate for yourself in any way possible that you can.
Find a mentor.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
I think that if we had had a mentor when we were saplings, our lives in corporate America would have been different.
Yeah. The navigation through it. I agree.
But it's hard to find a mentor in corporate America.
But if you find one,
Keep them.
hold on.
Don't lose them.
Tight.
That part. They're going to be an advocate for you even when they're not there.
Yep.
Because they're going to make sure that when they hear your story and the things that you're going through, they're not only going to relate, they're going to have a story where they can empathize with you and then explain how they would have done it if they were given a second opportunity.
Yeah. And then also be careful of the snakes. The snakes that ask you what your goals are and then take your words and flip it on you. So just be mindful. Work, be like my youngest child and survey the room until you feel comfortable.
Absolutely.
And then you let loose.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I don't know how I brought my kids into that, but it worked because I can see them both in both situations. And this is what I'm preparing them for, right? I'm preparing them for them to be able to be in these spaces and not experience what I did. Are they going to go through some of those experiences? Absolutely. But at least I'm giving them the tools to be able to navigate that.
Absolutely.
Because no one ever gave it to me. Our mother didn't have the same experience to be able to give it to me.
Right. So you had to learn by yourself.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, boo.
It's okay. I'm sorry you had to experience that too. They better give you that $1.
It's okay. I've got a whole
That
office.
$1.50.
I got a whole office. Let me go find this video for y'all.
See you next time, Wispies.
Bye, Wispies.